You're right, everyone, welcome back to another video. It's absolutely boiling today. It's the hottest day of the year so far, and because of the nice weather, you know, everyone's had the same idea to come out. So the traffic's absolutely brutal. So please, drop a like for my pain. Plus, the inside of my car is absolutely boiling right now. Like, I feel like I'm playing hot potato with this steering wheel. And the windows are like magnifying the heat onto me. So I'm about to be burnt to a crisp by the time this video's finished. But anyways. So what we're going to talk about today is my first drive after passing my test. And I've only passed my test recently. It's been just over 3 months since I passed. So this is something that I remember like it was yesterday. We're going to be revisiting the first drive that I ever took in this car on my own. So I'm going to take you all along and just talk about, you know, how I was feeling during that first drive and any tips for you guys who are about to take your tests and about to take your first drive alone. How are you guys getting on during this heat wave anyway? I know a lot of people complain about the hot weather in the UK, but personally I just absolutely love it. Like when the sun's out, it just seems like everyone's a bit happier and it seems like everything's a bit more chilled out. I've not really got any plans for the heat wave though. I'm filming this video on Saturday and I'm actually in work tomorrow on Sunday, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, my only plans are really just to drive around for a bit and talk about my first drive. So like I say, I passed my test about 3 months ago and I bought this car roughly 3 weeks after I passed. And that's the first point that I wanted to get into, is that like, I didn't realise how much of a pain it was actually going to be to get a car. Like buying a second-hand car in 2026 is just so annoying. Especially when you're looking for a first car and you know, you've got a budget. Because most of the cars that you find are going to have something wrong with them. Nice i8 there. That's funny actually. I was just watching a video about i8s on TikTok, like right before I set off. And the caption was something like, 2015 was not ready for this car. And that's actually so true, like, it's such a nice car. But yeah, back to what I was saying, like, no one prepared me for how annoying it would be to buy a second-hand car. And the only advice I really have for that is just to check the MOT history on any cars that you're thinking of buying. Obviously, take them for a test drive. You can get a HPI check as well, just to make sure it's not been stolen or anything. I think that costs like a £5, but it's definitely worth it. So yeah, we're right near the area where I bought my first car here, and it's already a bit of a throwback for me. The memories are flooding back. So now I'm going to start heading back, and I'm going to take you on the first drive that I ever went on as a new driver. So the first place I actually headed to when I got my car was to the petrol station, as I've talked about in a couple of my other videos. So since I'm recreating the first route I ever went on, I guess it's only right that we go to the petrol station. Man, I remember this roundabout. So I actually bought my car at like 9 o'clock at night. So I was driving home in the dark, right? And my dad was in another car in front of me, so I was following him. And it was the first time in a long time I'd actually driven in the dark. So that sort of added to the pressure a bit. So I remember right about when I got to this point, I'd been driving for about 5 minutes and my car started fogging up like crazy. So I thought, it's all right, I'll just open a window. But it was pitch black and I could not see for the life of me. And I realised I had no idea where these switches were. So that's my first top tip. Before you set off, make sure you familiarise yourself with where the important functions of the car are. Because my car was fogging up like crazy and I had no idea how to open the windows. But we did eventually figure out how to open the windows and all was well. But another thing that I realised was no one really tells you just how quiet it actually is driving on your own. And it sounds obvious, but when you've only ever really driven with an instructor, you don't really realise how quiet it's going to be when you drive it. Like, it's just you and your thoughts in there. And depending on the person, there's going to be some people who love driving on their own, and there's going to be people who would prefer to drive with somebody else. But for me, I realised pretty quickly that I definitely prefer driving on my own because it's just so peaceful. Another thing I'd recommend before picking up your car is insuring it. It is a bit of a pain, but it's definitely not worth risking getting your license taken off you as soon as you've just got it. Yeah, definitely recommend insuring and taxing the car before you drive it off. All right, we've arrived. And another important thing to note is that little arrow on there will tell you which side the fuel gauge is on, as one of you guys told me in the comments, so thank you for that. So yeah, make sure you pull up with that side facing the pump. All right, another important thing is make sure you get the right fuel. So for me, it's unleaded. And we're just gonna fill up real quick. We're gonna fill up half a tank here. What's the price looking like? 162 a litre. Okay. Last time I filled up half a tank, it cost me like just over 30 quid, so let's see how much this cost me. Gotta make sure we get every last drop. And the total is $39.80 for half a tank. Welcome to 2026. Right, we've paid and I've reset the odometer. So we're gonna see how many miles I can get on this tank. And that brings me on to another point, which is when you've pulled up at the petrol station, make sure you turn your lights off. Because in my lessons, I'd been driving cars where when you turn the engine off, the lights would go off as well, right? But I didn't know that in this car, even if you turn the engine off, like the headlights would still be on. So the first time I went to the petrol station, I left my main beams on, you know, whilst I was filling up, and the battery died. So we had to jump start the car. So yeah, don't be like me and drain the battery in your car within the first 20 minutes of owning it. I think the guy in the petrol station saw me filming myself filling up because he asked me if I was vlogging and wished me good luck for the channel. So yeah, shout out to him. Anyway guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. So I hope it was interesting. Hope it was a good insight into what it's like to go on your first solo drive. So yeah, feel free to ask me any more questions. And if you've already passed your test, then let me know how your first drive went. Thank you all for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.